What up, fiction fam? Welcome to Down to Read. My name is Steven, and this week we're going to switch up the book review format a wee bit because I only had a small amount of time to be able to record. I thought, what better way to spend that short amount of time I have than to spend a short stay in hell? We're going to try to do this review in just under a few minutes, so we'll skip over the usual book review spill, maybe sip on a little bit of blood. Or, Cabernet Sauvignon. And just get into the juicy details. Mostly spoiler free, because this book is pretty thin. So even me giving away some of the story is giving away a fair bit of the percentage of the book. Søren Johansen has been sent to hell. Not because he was a terrible person or a sinner, but because he essentially bet on the wrong horse. Søren was a devout Mormon and strictly adhered to the rules of his religion. However, as he learns from a hooved demon who's interviewing him when he gets to hell to try to decide what type of hell to send him to, the one true religion was Zoroastrianism, and anyone that believed or followed another religion is getting sent to hell. Because of Søren's interest in books, he's sent to a hell that resembles a vast library. I would hate to think of the hell the lady who's really into bees was sent to. Søren is told that hell is not eternal, but to escape hell and gain entry to heaven, he'll need to find a book that correctly chronicles his life on Earth without any error, and then place this book in a return chute of sorts. The problem is, much like the Library of Babel, this library contains every book that could ever be written. Not every book that has ever been written, every book that could be written. While there are some pretty dark parts of this book where people have been trapped in the library for a long time, start to become pretty depraved, I wouldn't say this book is scary. In fact, I would say this is more of a philosophical horror, which might keep you up asking questions like, if there's an afterlife, how does time work in the afterlife? What do we look like in the afterlife? Do we look like what we looked like at the time of death? Or is there maybe a catalog where we can browse through what we looked like over the years and go, oh yeah, I'd like to take the 2012 edition, thanks. October. So because this is a short story, don't expect much in the way of answers from this thing. Peck is really just exploring the idea of this type of hell. I would give A Short Stay in Hell 4 stars. I would recommend giving this book a read if you fancy reading something interesting that will only take you an hour or two to get through, but you might be thinking about for the rest of your life. And maybe the life after this one. Thanks for watching. Zhoosh.